You can start. It's fine.
No, I knew that Dallas had a good defense. Their defense wasn't good. I mean, I can't I can't sit up and say that the 49ers was going to lose that game, but
Look,
I'm going to issue an apology and say
this is
that I was.
classic. This is classic backpedaling right here. But the Blerd Cartel post game. I need that apology from all the people that said the Niners are going to lose. I need an apology from Rex Ryan. I need an apology from Randy Moss. I'm not gonna get it, but Niners over the Cowboys after saying the Niners are pretty good. He never been under pressure before. Yada yada yada. It's just like it's all the hate. But no, Patrick Mahomes gets a
Now,
slide.
I
Burrow
am
gets
a
a
man.
slide. The Eagles Jalen Hurts gets a slide. But no, Brock Purdy he never had pressure before. Yada yada yada. I just want an apology. Yeah, I'm
No,
not gonna get.
look. I'm man enough to say I was wrong. I'm man enough to say I was wrong. I'll own up. I'll own up to saying I'm wrong. Um, However, the top two defenses in the league is going to play each other, and then and therefore next
Sorry.
week we're going to figure out who's the number one defense.
I'll take. Next, I gotta take this Eagles slight, so it's fine.
No,
But
I'm saying so. No. So hear me out. Do you not think the Eagles have the better chance of beating them? I'm asking you, yes or no? Do they got the better chance of beating
it's gonna be a good game.
them? So you can't admit. Look, I can openly admit that the 49ers got a chance to beat the Eagles. But however, you can't admit that the 49ers got the best chance of losing to them because the Eagles are number one and they're number
My
one in stopping the pass. They're number one in stopping the pass. Are they not
go
number one?
ahead. Fabricate these stats.
And no. Look it up. If you look up the number one team,
Fabricate these stats.
look it up. Look
Fabricate
it
it.
up. Huh?
Listen, I just
Look
want
up
the
the stat.
Bengals Niners Super Bowl. I just want the Bengals Niners
Nah,
Super Bowl. That's all.
I got Bengals and the Eagles because obviously the Eagles has they top three in offense. The top three in offense. The Niners. Now, if you're going by playoff defense, the Eagles are number one in playoff defense. If you're going by playoff
Oh my
defense,
god.
I'm just
They're number one.
I'm
Yeah. That would happen. You play one game and the opposing teams only scored 7. I guess you would be one. So yeah, great.
that's true. That's true.
So
But
you say that to say what? What was the point of saying it?
the point is, what I'm saying is, I got honestly, I'm gonna take the Eagles next week.
Of course you'll take the Eagles.
I, I,
The
I,
Patriots
I,
ain't in, so we gotta go with your backup team.
I would take the Eagles next week. I'm not
But
gonna take. I'm not gonna take them in a blowout. I'm gonna take them by 7.
now it's by 7.
I don't expect them to blow them out.
Now it's by 7. Listen, Trevor Lawrence failed. Even though Mahomes was injured in that game, I mean, he came back. I thought he had the same injury Tony Pollard had. Tony Pollard just had high ankle sprain, but
Right.
Mahomes managed to come back. And then the
He
Jags,
probably probably was worse.
yeah, one came back
Pro-
and one didn't. I'm assuming one was worse than the other.
Right. If you seen how he bent his leg backwards, yeah, that was brutal. That was
I mean,
brutal.
I say the Jags had a chance. The Jags did better than I thought.
They
They only
did
lost.
better.
They
They,
lost by 7.
I think next year they'll be scarier. They'll be scarier if they add another. I think once Christian Kirk went out, I think that's when everything fell apart. When he went out,
You understand? Calvin Ridley comes back, right?
right? But so now if you were to talk about that Bills and Bengals game, I don't know what I watched because
Josh Allen's not real. He's sorry.
I've been said that he has those season stats, but when it gets into the playoffs, he's like he remind me of how Peyton Manning used to be in the beginning, where Peyton Manning would put up all the numbers in the season. Playoff time, he just folds. He folds like an accordion.
Hey,
So
Joe
I
Mixon
mean,
did his job today, surprisingly. Yeah,
My
Dallas Chiefs, the Bills
Shi-
Chiefs.
Shiesty Joe. Yeah, you better get the refund for the Atlanta tickets.
Joe
uh,
Shiesty,
yes.
easy win.
The Macaulay Culkin lookalike. Yeah, better get the refunds back.
Don't disrespect Joe Burrow like that.
Oh no, I ain't disrespecting him, but he facing a one-legged Mahomes, so they should win.
He has a week to recover. I'm pretty sure he's going to recover in a timely fashion. I have the Bengals hopefully winning because uh, all of Cincinnati's defense is suspect, especially Eli Apple. I don't trust
Well,
him.
that's what happens when you just totally depended on your offense and not your defense. Well, the Bills, how can I say it? They lost a chunk of their defense. So I mean,
Oh my
if you
God!
if you would have
We gonna say
blame
Von
it on
Miller?
the defense. Blame it on the defense. But at the end of the day, the defense had nothing to do with Josh Allen playing like the way he's playing.
Josh Allen ain't it. Let's bump Josh Allen down. Not Chiefs, Eagles.
I do think it's going to be. I do think it's going to be the Eagles and the Chiefs. I think that
Pick the popular pick. It's fine.
no. The popular pick would be 49ers and the Chiefs. That's the
Now
pop.
stop it. The lies need to stop.
So all right. So are you telling me? All right, no. Here we out. Are you telling me
I'm almost done
that
hearing you.
the 49ers are going to come here to Philadelphia and knock off the Eagles? You
Yeah.
think that? Oh, okay. So you think the 49ers? You think the 49ers are really going to beat the Eagles
Yeah,
with
so
the?
listen, all that Gainwell 112 yards, Miles Sanders 90 yards, Jalen Hurts 34 yards, Boston Scott 32 yards. That's not happening.
Okay, so
All
if
that's
you
not
can't beat
happening.
it, if you can't beat them on the ground, you're going to kill them through the air. So
You mean you guys only threw 154 yards through the air? That means kill them through the air? Is that
no,
killing them
you're
through the air?
you're going to they killed the Giants on the ground, not the air.
Oh, you mean AJ Brown? He only had 3 receptions, 22
Oh,
yards. But you
so
say you'll kill him through the air? You say
so are you mean to tell me the 49ers are going to kill the Eagles through the air? No, they're not going to, because they're not going to. Two,
why won't they?
only, huh?
Why can't they?
Because the Eagles have the number one defense in stopping the pass. So I mean the 49ers are number two in stopping the the run. They number two in stopping the run. Yes, I did my research.
But we had the best defense in the league, so we're not.
You have the best defense in the league, but the Eagles are leading in different categories, and so is the 49ers. The 49ers are they number one overall defense. They are. That is true. But they're like 13th in stopping the pass. So I
Yeah,
mean,
listen, all I have to say is take notes from Dallas. Dallas line did amazing tonight. They did
they
amazing.
did. They
Stopping
did.
Dak from getting sacked. They handled Nick Bosa very well. It's a Dak just being Dak, throwing the 2 picks.
Right.
It was
So
almost 3 picks, and then just boneheaded plays in the end. But they couldn't trust their kicker, and that's why I just went for it on 4th down multiple times. But Dallas offensive line actually did good.
yeah, they offensive line did good. I think the crucial mistake of the game is when he threw the interception in the end zone. The red zone. When he threw it in the red zone, that was like the most crucial. That was the most crucial part of the game, because that was the part of the game where they didn't look back. So I mean,
Also Ray McLeod fumbling.
right, Ray McLeod with the interception, and then no, not Ray McLeod. I'm sorry.
Fred Warner picked it off, and
Warner. Yeah. So Ray McLeod fumbled the ball. That's what it was, and I think they only got 3 points out of that. They got 3 points out of that.
Yeah, we kept them in check. No touchdowns.
I mean, they did. Yeah. I think how can I say? I think if Dak never threw an interception, Dallas probably would have won that game.
No. Dalton Schultz got a touchdown. Apologies, but Maher feels
Who?
blocked. Schultz got a touchdown. But the extra point got blocked.
Yeah, it did. You can't trust your kicker. You missed 4 extra points last week against a broken down Bucks team, and I mean, you can't even really count that game last week because they fought a broken down Tom Brady. So
Now we're not counting games. Hilarious.
I'm saying you can count it. I'm just saying, but it wasn't written.
Don't count the Giants game. It was 30. What was it? 38.
I mean, that was more like another bye. But at the end of the day, just like the Seattle game was a bye. You want to say it was a bye?
We had to play. They were leading at half, and then we had to play. So it's actually a football game. So.
All right. So here's the thing. My question to you is: do you think that they're going to keep Jalen Hurts in check?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So the quarterback we haven't kept in check was Jarrett Stidham.
All right. So here's my next question.
Jarrett Stidham.
So are you telling me that the Eagles are not going to keep Kittle in check?
No.
They're not, huh?
No.
Stop. Yo, it's so you're being one-sided now. You're being really one-sided because you're telling me the 49ers the 49ers are able to keep Jalen Hurts in check, but you're not telling me that the Eagles are not able to keep they're not able to keep George Kittle in check. They're going to keep him in check.
Yeah,
all that crap running. Look, I'm telling you, if he run across the middle next week, he try to run across the middle, he gonna get knocked out, yo. They gonna lay him out, yo.
When has he got knocked out?
Yo, he ran across the middle. He ran across the middle tonight. They didn't even touch him.
Because he's that guy.
Okay, so if he run across the middle,
he's back to being possibly the best tight end in the league.
If he run across the middle next week, they're gonna trash him. I'm telling you that.
When's he got trashed? So if you pull up this tape,
you haven't played a defense. Look. Like I said, my point still stands.
We're back to not playing good defense.
My point still stands. Any team that has a good defense, they struggle against. Or
the team.
I'm talking about. He struggles against any good linebacker. Any good linebacker they got, he struggles. So and we could talk about
So 5 receptions for 95 yards is struggling. Remember that. Remember not 5 receptions.
I don't remember it. I'm going to remember it. But like I said,
that's struggling.
No, it's not. 95 yards and 5 receptions. No.
Those are good linebackers, right? Or
what?
No. All right.
Denver.
You said they have good linebackers. He's going to struggle. Leighton Van Der Esch and Michael Parsons. So
Michael Parsons, yes.
Struggle.
No, it wasn't because they're not. They didn't. No, he in the beginning he did, but no, they did like.
It's how you end the game. So
I mean, yeah. I mean, listen, you because you're telling me that they're going to come here and they're going to blow the Eagles out. They're not going to blow them out.
Listen, I'll take any bet from an Eagles fan. That's a real Eagles fan. That's all I want. I want a real Eagles fan for the bet. So you're a Patriots fan. I can't take a bet from you.
All right, so what you bet? What you bet? Earl Boone.
He's a Seahawks fan, so I don't know.
Wow, the slander is starting already.
Yeah.
He is an Eagles fan. I
All right,
we'll type something in the chat and then we'll.
Monray, I have a question. For you.
Yes.
All right. Do you think the Eagles are going to slow down the 49ers?
Why wouldn't they?
Right. So now. Yes. Do you hold on? Give me a second.
Why don't you mute yourself? How about that?
I am.
Y'all silly.
I do want to know the slow down. What does the slowing down means?
I don't know if it's going to be as much. Like when he says slow down, like I'm thinking he means they're not just going like an offensive barrage and put up like 40, like put up like 35 or something like that. And
we're only averaging 33 points. I mean,
Y'all scored 19, so let's not do this. Anyway, and we're not worried.
We
And so you can't be averaging 33 points
understand.
in the playoffs, which is how this is actually important because the regular season doesn't matter right now. So obviously in the playoffs, y'all don't average 33. So let's not do this,
Going
please.
into the Dallas game, we averaged 33 points with
You only played one game going into the Dallas game. Stop this.
You know we scored 41 on the seat. Never mind. I don't even know why I said that.
Yeah,
Listen,
you just scored 19.
On
You
the
just scored
11,
19, right?
On
You
the
scored 19,
11,
right?
On the 11 game stretch where we won.
We're not asking 11 game stretch. The regular season doesn't matter right now.
The
in the playoffs is an entirely different
the
field of football.
These are professionals bring up these next gen stats.
I don't give a dang what professionals. Professionals bring up stats because they need something to say on a weekly basis. We are aware of this. In the playoffs, y'all don't average 33 because apparently you just scored 19.
See, they don't let us. They don't let us speak our mind. You know, I'm just saying what I'm reporting.
Yeah, you're reporting, but you're not even speaking your mind. You're reporting things that benefit you.
You gotta Google sometimes. You gotta look at ESPN for stats sometimes.
Yeah, and you're looking for like specific stats. You're not looking for the stats
going
that
into this
also
game,
go against your argument.
Okay, in Monterey's world, and going into this game, we averaged 41 points because we only played one game. So.
Exactly, that's the truth.
It's not an average, but you know, just the last game.
Yeah, it's the last game because we are aware, and how everybody, including those people that do your averages, know playoff football is far different than regular season football. We are aware of this, and as you go higher, the statute of opposition gets higher. And like we clearly just saw, that y'all, when you face a higher tier defense, which is a way higher tier defense than the Seattle Seahawks, y'all averaged 19 points. And you put up only 9 points up until the first 3 quarters. Now, I'm not saying it's bad on the 49ers.
This is what happened in the game.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's bad on the 49ers, but what I'm saying is a higher tier defense could essentially slow them down from scoring something like 40 points. Like, that's what I think, Charles Man is saying, and I understand that point. I don't think they're going to go on an offensive barrage unless, unless it essentially just becomes like a blowout or a shootout. And I don't expect that from either team.
It's not going to be a shootout.
That's why I said I don't expect that. So since I don't expect it to be a shootout, I don't expect it to be like, a 35-point thing like that. I really don't expect that, just to be honest.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think they're going to slow down Christian McCaffrey, and they're going to slow down Debo Samuel. They're going to slow them all down. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Eagles are number one in stopping the pass. They can stop the pass.
Now, what I will say is that now what I will say, I can agree they might slow them down from doing what they did to the Seattle Seahawks. I'll agree on that end. But I'm not necessarily going to say they'll get slowed down any worse than what they did today. I don't believe that. It's hard for me to say that a team, I ain't even worried about just anybody, the Eagles, it's hard for me to believe a team could really stop them from scoring less than what they did today. I think today is probably like the best defensive example of what you could do to them to slow them down. I don't think it could get any worse than this, just to be honest, unless like Brock Purdy, instantly reverts or something. I don't think it can get any worse than this.
They're gonna say he reverts.
No.
I mean, they'll probably say a little bit, but I think he did okay.
He did okay.
He did okay. He didn't do a bad job. And like I said, the game was going to come down to which quarterback made less mistakes, and it ended up being Brock Purdy because Dak Prescott made multiple mistakes in the game, and that was the difference. The difference was simply a touchdown, and that's just what ended up happening.
I was telling him early in the podcast, I think the interception that really sealed the game was the one when Dak threw in the end zone. That's the one that sealed the game because they never looked back after that. After that whole interception right there, the second one, they never looked back. They was able to recover from the first one. But the second one was like almost like literally just sealed the game.
It was momentum, but just it was momentum swing. That 7 points literally mattered because that 7 points was literally the entire game because they only lost by 7. So like it wasn't as unfair or lopsided as a matchup. They were actually pretty even based when it came to defense.
I gave Dallas their credit. Their offensive line did well. Their defensive front seven did great.
Like I don't think you could do better against the 49ers defensively than they did. It's just like I said, it came down to who makes the less mistakes. And Dak made more mistakes. Even though they had more offensive chances, I would say, because they had end zone chances. They missed a point after touchdown. They had red zone chances multiple times. And they just became short.
Shout out to CD Lamb.
Yeah, so I don't think they can do no worse. I don't even think.
I don't want to hear if Tony Pollard was still in the game. No,
I don't
Tony,
even think it's that. Like they had chances and they just
they couldn't capitalize on it.
Yeah, they couldn't. So I think that's gonna be more. It's not even as much on McCarthy, even though McCarthy with some of the time management at the end of the game was a big question, but that wasn't even the biggest thing. I just think it was Dak gonna have to hold this one. Just unfortunately, he's gonna have to hold
it again. This is Dak's 7th year in the league. Hold it.
But he was leading the league in interceptions even after he missed 5 games. That's bad.
I mean, yeah, it's not good. And that last game, they did have a perfect game where he didn't have any interceptions. And just this time, he had 2, and it should have been more. To be fair, he had 2. Should have been a couple more.
I don't know if his sleep number bid has a specific setting for losing a playoff game, but hook that setting up. Get a good nice.
I mean, I can say, look, at this point in time, I think Dallas need to change the quarterback, but they paid him already, so they got to, they stuck with him.
I think I was talking with a couple of fans, over the course of this week. And my thing is, you could try to get a change of quarterback all you want, but this year, there's not really an option that I see you being able to get that would be an upgrade.
So you stuck.
Aaron Rodgers is going to be more expensive to try to get because you're going to have to trade pieces to go and get him if he comes back for a year or 2. So that's a rental. You're not going to get Tom Brady because that's a downgrade. Derek Carr will be middle of the pack. Like it'd be almost similar. So I mean, if you wanted to try a change, you could try that, but you would still have to trade something. I don't really see it getting better at quarterback in 1 year. They'll have to start over.
You just gotta stick with Dak. You just gotta ride out Dak to the end.
Yeah, I think that you're gonna have to ride at least for the next year or so. They're gonna have to ride this one out and just. I mean, it ain't. I don't really see. That's the hard. I don't really see them getting better than they did this year, other than going and trying to get another receiver, maybe. I don't really see it getting better. So this is what it is.
I would have held on to Amari Cooper then.
I mean, but money and other reasons.
He gave CD a chance to be wide receiver 1, so he
got. I mean, he did. To be fair, he did well. CD is a fine wide receiver 1. They're gonna have to hold this one, man. It just didn't go well. They're just gonna have to hold this.
You got to hold it. Bengals Chiefs. What are we looking at?
I got the Bengals.
I'm going Bengals all day. I'm sorry. I'm not even finna beat around the bush. I said in the group chat. I said here. I'm going Bengals all day, especially because if Mahomes really has a high ankle sprain, like a real high ankle sprain, not like no low tier sprain where he'll get over it in a few days. If he really has a high ankle sprain that kept Mike Williams out for 6 weeks, basically, that normally keeps players out for a month, and he gonna try to go on that mug in a week. I'm sorry, I can't buy that. I can't buy that to be 100%. So if he really has a high ankle sprain, I'm going Bengals all day. It's not like the Bengals haven't beaten them this season. It's not like the Bengals haven't beaten them in Arrowhead in the same game last year. So the Bengals have no reason to be afraid. They have no reason to think that they can't win. They're going on all cylinders.
There's no Tyreek Hill this time. So I mean,
they're checking the box on all cylinders. They're hot. They got an advantage on Mahomes if he's actually fully injured. Like I said, I hope he's not really I hope it's not a real high ankle sprain, but so far the reports say that it is. So I mean, it's even a possibility if it's a really bad high ankle sprain, he might not even be able to go on Sunday. If you really look at a real high ankle sprain, he may not be able to go.
If Mahomes doesn't play, it's guaranteed to work through.
That's why I say you're gonna have to try to dope him up over 1 week of high ankle sprain and just hope for the best. I'm just
give him the needle is crazy.
I mean, I'm just being real because we know that's what happens in football. But look at what just happened to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts had a shoulder sprain. He was out for 3 weeks. And we're not gonna sit here and act like that wasn't even a high. I don't think that was a high shoulder sprain. I think it was a mid one. But a high ankle, a real high ankle sprain. I'm sorry, he might not even be able to go next Sunday, let alone be able to move in the pocket like he's gonna have to be able to do, or extend plays, beat Mahomes, put pressure on him to throw the ball.
Listen, when you look at your backup in this Chad Henne, give him the needle.
No, I mean, to be fair, Chad Henne, they did come through in one playoff game. I think was it year before last. He did come through, but I'm not seeing that against the Bengals. They checking on all cylinders. They have no fear going to Arrowhead. They just played in the snow and put up 27 points on the Bills team, so they don't care about the cold weather in Arrowhead. I'm going Bengals all day. If Mahomes is really injured, Now, if Mahomes not injured, I think you can give it like a fair 50-50. But if Mahomes is injured, Bengals all day. I have no reason to think otherwise.
Right. I mean, I think it's a game plan. Andy Reid had to prepare for it in case he can't go either. So I mean, you can go with Henny and see how many games he's gonna win you. But I mean, so
Stop by and say anything is possible.
I mean, it is.
Anything. That's it.
I mean, it's the Bengals. I mean, they looking like they should have been the number one team in the AFC. I mean, the way how they playing, they don't have a Super Bowl hangover. I mean, like it's been proven the last couple of years that any team who wins the Super Bowl has a hangover afterwards. Look at the Rams. Look at the Rams. The Rams
had the worst Super Bowl hangover all time.
Right.
It's supposed to be the losing team always got the hangover, not the winning team. The Rams just reversed it.
Right. And see, even the year after the Eagles won, they had a little hangover, but they made the playoffs. They came close. They came close to knocking the Saints off and going back to the NFC Championship game, but Alshon Jeffrey dropped that pass.
Shit, even when we lost 28-3, we went back to the playoffs.
Right.
Lost to the Eagles.
And the thing is, and here's a fun fact: the Eagles is the last number one seed to win the Super Bowl. They're the last number one seed to win the Super Bowl.
I'm tired of making these predictions. Oh, we beat the Vikings 38-10, and it was this, and it was that, and then we beat the Giants 38-10.
38-7. No,
play next week. I want to hear prophecy.
It might be in play we trust next week.
Look, I said no. I never once said. I said the 49ers got a chance of beating the Eagles, but I also said the Eagles has the best chance of beating the 49ers because they match up pretty well. They match up very well.
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Like I said, they match up very well.
Go ahead, keep going with these prophecies.
So is it possible we get Brock Purdy versus Chad Henne in the Super Bowl?
No, because I don't think the Chiefs make it with Chad Henne, just to keep it a bit. Yeah, it's a chance, sure, very small one. But I ain't buying Chad Henne can lead the Chiefs. No Tyreek Hill against the Bengals. It's hard for me to buy that, even if they got home field advantage. But if you're asking the Eagles and 49ers, I'm gonna be real. It's a coin flip. I get what Troll Man's saying. Like against the pass, yeah, they favored it. But if we really keep it in the bean, that run game they have out the backfield with Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel is disgusting.
And Elijah Mitchell, don't listen.
Like I ain't even counting Elijah Mitchell, who's a good one. It's just that the jet sweep they can run with those two alone out the backfield is disgusting. So like I'm not gonna just be like, oh no, they match up. Shoot, they match up as well. Just like the 49ers have 4 all-pros to where one of them can easily spy and make sure Jalen Hurts don't run out the backfield. It ain't like they ain't dealt with a quarterback who can run out the backfield. They just did it with Dak Prescott. So, running out the backfield, running for touchdowns, they don't give a squat. That's not really going to affect them. This is the number one defense in the league for a reason. So I give it a 50-50. I got a coin flip. I ain't.
I think in my opinion of watching the game, the best way how to beat the 49ers is you got to kill them through the air because they suck at the pass. That's the best place that you probably gonna beat them is kill them through the air. I'm just being honest. I'm being honest.
I can agree with that. I don't think through the ground.
You're not gonna beat them through the ground. You got to kill them through the air. I can
agree that I don't think you're gonna beat them through the ground. I can agree with that. The other thing that I can say is another factor in the game that you have to look at because I remember just seeing this stat when the game was going on. 49ers have been here 3 of the last 4 years. So even though Brock Purdy is a new rookie coming into it, Kyle Shanahan has been here, done that. He can keep his mind on stuff. Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts are in straight uncharted territory. Both of them are. Right. And they're going to have pressure on them being the number one seed just like last week. Except this is going to be a team coming in that's hot, that they don't care. They got just as good of a defense, just as good as the other 52 players. So coaching is also going to be important in this. And even though Sirianni has done fine going up until now, this is going to get ugly. This is going to be ugly.
It is.
I can see this getting ugly.
And hold on, let me say this because y'all, you especially Goose, you will love saying, "Oh, y'all ain't facing nobody real yet." Now the Eagles get to place a real team, a real football team. We're making the same excuses y'all make.
So listen.
Real football team.
Right. So it goes for both. It goes for
No.
both because now Dallas kind of exposed them. They kind of got exposed.
Now we got
One,
to close.
they did.
Jesus
They did.
Christ.
Oh, look.
Yo.
No. Only like Monterey said, it's because Dak made the most mistakes. If Dak never made the mistakes, they would have won the game. They
Now,
were winning. They were
now
winning.
we got exposed. We won the game, but we got exposed. Yikes.
All you got to do is rush them. They was rushing them. They sacked them like 3 times. Did they not sack them like 3 times? They sacked them like 3 times.
Now we got.
They
Ladies and
no.
gentlemen, we got
No.
exposed, ladies
Answer
and
the question. Answer the question. Did they not sack him like 3 times?
we got exposed, ladies and
Did they
gentlemen.
not sack him
Brock Purdy got
like
sacked twice. We got sacked twice. Relax.
Okay, so to try to be a mediator in this, I won't say exposed, but what you have to be able to do with the 49ers is get pressure with 4. Now, that's not
Right.
something a lot of teams can do. That
Right.
you have to be able to get pressure with 4. The Eagles, and they can do. I'm not going to necessarily say they can do it better than Dallas because that's Dallas's front 4, especially with Michael Parsons coming off the edge, is an amazing thing to watch. So I'm not going to necessarily say they can do it better than Dallas, but I think they would be capable. I'm not going to go as far as saying it exposed because, we can honestly say the 49ers have proven that they can deal with the biggest teams in the league. Best teams in the league defensively or whatever, and be able to deal with them is fine.
Don't forget the Eagles lead the league in sacks. Ooh.
Now the Eagles, you can still somewhat try to make an argument. The Giants was hot coming into that game, but the Giants necessarily got exposed because, the Giants don't really have an offense. And once you shut down Saquon Barkley, it's just interesting what happened. But I think this is going to be this just the game that whoever wants it most is going to get it more. Brock Purdy, even though he did okay today, that's fine. It's expected because he's faced like a really top tier defense. So it's just like we'll have that. And Jalen Hurts, we'll see if he's going to go through any of the struggles that Dak did or if he's going to just ball out. Because if Jalen Hurts balls out, they would win. But I don't expect either quarterback to just ball out or anything of that nature. I think the defenses are too good to just be like, okay, one team's going to blast off and it's going to be like 31-7 in the end of the third quarter. I don't see that. But I think coaching is going to be important. And the 49ers, because they have a better run game to depend on with essentially 3 runners in the backfield, not including their quarterback.
And don't forget second half adjustments, which
so I think I ain't gonna say second half adjustments. They just went from 9-9 to 9-19.
It took the second half to establish a run game. It took the second half to get the line in check. To open.
If you want to keep it a bean, it really took the third quarter as well because they didn't score until the fourth. So we're gonna do all that.
I'm not saying. I'm saying they did adjustments to where they can protect the quarterback better, open the line up more so they can get more runs. So we're not doing 2 yards a run, and we're getting
now. What I will say,
half yards a run.
Oh yeah, what I will say is that's not gonna cut it against the Eagles. It's gonna keep it a bean. The Eagles put up 28 points on the Giants the first half. That ain't gonna cut it against them. So you can't go into the game slugging or second half smoking.
Also, that's a team they played 3 times. This is the first time y'all played the Niners in a while.
That's true. I'm just saying, regardless, either way, I don't think neither team can go in this game being okay, let's get punched in the mouth and think we're gonna make a comeback. I don't see this game being the comeback game. It's you're gonna have to grind this one out.
I put you like this. The first team that go down at least by 2 touchdowns is probably gonna lose the game. That's me being honest. There's no.
I can honestly see the NFC Championship game going exactly like this game did. A grind out, ugly defensive game, and just points are gonna be a rarity. It'll come off of some mistakes, whether it be in the special teams, muffin punts, or whether it be some crucial interceptions or something, and they just whoever makes these mistakes is gonna go. If I can't even pick a team, to be honest. I really can't pick this one. It's such a coin flip because both teams are just really good defensively. They have wonderful run games. They have amazing receivers. If you're gonna go off of momentum, momentum would go to the Eagles, but simply because the Eagles look better against their opponent. But they like the 49ers. The 49ers played a better opponent. So it's
I put you. I put it to you like this.
Disrespect gotta stop. It's just like it's really
It's
I
not
didn't
that.
disrespect y'all. I said y'all played a better team.
What I
It's
said,
just the Eagles look better.
You said going into momentum. So 12
Yes.
a 12-game win streak is a more momentum.
I'm looking solely at playoffs. Not worried about the regular season. It's like 12 games, whatever. That's fine. Even though those 12 games. No. To go to your 12 games, even though your 12 games, they literally had a quarterback switch in the middle of someone was able to keep going with it, which shows that the dominance that they've had against their level of opponent is more important than just the fact they just won 12 games. If you're gonna try to break it down at that. Now I gave credit. I said that the 49ers have momentum because they played a better team. It's just if you look at the momentum, one showed complete dominance in their win, and the other one basically had to grind it out. So I said, if you look at it on paper, momentum goes into the Eagles, though they played a better opponent, so you can't say that. That's what I finished to say it.
We're not doing this because week 18 over into a bye into next week. Of course, you're gonna have complete dominance. It's just like, we take what we did wrong in that game and simplify it and just do it better.
I mean, it depends. Some teams look bad out of bye.
Which what we did with Seattle. So now you can't do that.
Some teams look bad out of a bye. Like it just depends. And what the Eagles did in that game against the Giants is not what y'all did against Seattle. I'm gonna stop there right now. The Eagles had 28 in the first half and the game was over. In Seattle, it was 17-16 and y'all were down. We're not gonna act like that's what y'all did. No.
This is the part where you're not listening. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the last time they played the Giants versus going into this time playing the Giants.
Oh, okay.
And they beat the Giants 48-22 in week 11. So we take what we did in that game, incorporate this game, 22-16. Well, no, I'm sorry. 22-16 was the one they won.
Yeah.
So we take that, make it better. And that was just 2 weeks apart. One was the 8th and one was the 21st. That's another team.
I get you another thing you can say about the Eagles game. Why the week 18, why I was so close is like you can't look at it as Jalen Hurts had to get off the rust because he hadn't played in 3 weeks leading up to that game anyway. So that was his first game getting off the rust. So you can also make that argument as well. But like I said, y'all played a better opponent. So even though the momentum goes the Eagles from based on how it looks, it's really not that. Only because y'all played a much higher level opponent than they did, and they played enough familiar opponents. So that's what I'm saying. It looks on momentum on paper that it would go to the Eagles, though it's not really so because y'all played a much higher quality opponent and was able to win.
Oh yeah, we didn't let Dallas hang 40 on us, but I don't even know that. So
so long ago.
Just saying.
So my next question, and this is not me being a biased Eagles fan. I'm telling you, if George Kittle run across the middle like he did tonight, he's going to get hit.
Show me what happened.
And your man Brock Purdy, he's going to get picked off. He's going to get picked off at least once. He had a couple of interceptions. He should have had a couple of interceptions today, but Dallas was too sloppy. He was sloppy. Your man Diggs had the ball in his head and he dropped it. So at the end of the day, it's not. What I'm saying is he just made few mistakes than that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not taking nothing away from him.
I love these excuses, and
I'm not making no excuses. I'm telling you, it's just that he played he didn't play a perfect game. He played a solid game. He played enough to get them by. He played enough to squeak them by. That's what I'm saying. But now I'm not taking that from him. But now it gets harder because now you're about to see is he as good as he say he is? That's what you're about to see.
I was saying Dallas exposed us, but we won. So Dallas exposed y'all because they hung 40 on y'all, right? So Dallas exposed y'all, right?
Half of the defense wasn't playing.
I don't want no excuses. So
it's no excuse. Look, what I'm trying to tell you is it's gonna be a grind. It's gonna be a grind. It's not gonna be one of them explosive games. The first team who goes down by 14 is probably gonna lose. And I'm gonna tell you that now. The first team that even remotely even go down by a touchdown. Well, no, I'm not even gonna say it. The first team who goes down by at least 2 scores are probably gonna lose the game. And then the Eagles, we all know the Eagles have explosive offense, so does the 49ers. but I think the Eagles are more explosive with their plays than the 49ers are. It has been proven. I'm not making this up.
I love it.
That's a hard one. That's
I
a
love
hard
these
one.
excuses. Half the defense was
So Mare, am I making up anything I said?
The only thing is just
hold on,
Eagles.
real quick.
Okay.
Real quick. So did Sweat play that game? Yeah, he played that game. Did Bradbury play that game? Yeah, he played that game. Fletcher Cox played that game. Fletcher Cox played.
What game are you talking about?
Darius Slay played that game. You said half the defense was gone. I just named a bunch of people that was playing as your starters, right?
If you talking about week 8, if you're talking about week 18, they got blown out. Week 18, not week 18. Week 11, they got blown out. Did they not?
So Dallas exposed y'all, right? I'm just asking a question.
Was CJ Gardner-Johnson playing that game? No, he wasn't.
Oh my goodness. Like
he wasn't.
Did
Devontae Maddox got hurt in that game.
I'm not saying that. The only thing I'm saying
I just wonder how we got exposed, but
I disagree with is that the Eagles being proven to be completely more explosive. Like I would say that they have more chance for like yards after catch with their two receivers. You know, AJ Brown's yards after catch is among the best in the league, period. So I can give that. But being necessarily more explosive when Deebo Samuel can go off a jet sweep and get a 50-yard touchdown that we've seen, and George Kittle can go straight up the middle of the field that we've seen, I won't necessarily just say that they are more explosive. Now, I think that their receivers can get yards after the catch slightly better, mainly because of A.J. Brown. Devontae Smith, as well, yeah. But past that just being more explosive off rip, I can't necessarily just say that. Like I said, I think this is just a really even matchup. I mean, a really even matchup. I think it's just a really even matchup.
So are you done slandering the Niners because they're the best team?
No. Listen. Are you not saying? No. Hear me out. Are you not saying the Eagles got the better two? They got the better two wideouts.
They don't.
They do. They do. The wideouts are better. Who your wideouts?
Deebo, Ayuk.
Okay, Ayuk. He just showed up. Like I
won't lie and say that I wouldn't take AJ Brown over every receiver on the 49ers. Right. I'm not gonna say and lie like I wouldn't do that. That is the truth. But the collection of receivers that the 49ers have access to is a different breed than the leading two receivers that the Eagles have. That's a different argument. Right. But one to one, nobody else on the field is gonna be better than AJ Brown. No wide out on the field is better than AJ Brown. I'm not gonna sit here and act like that's not the truth. But just the collection is a whole different matter.
Right. So no. Do y'all have the better tight end? Yes, y'all have the better tight end. I'm not even gonna take that away from you. Y'all have the better tight end because he can line up as a receiver too. So y'all have the better tight end.
And then the 49ers, and then the run games is just like the 49ers have a better collection of runners.
Runners, right.
But it comes down to Jalen Hurts is able to run as well. So it's another monster.
I mean, AJ Brown was 3 for 22. It's real explosive, but whatever. It's fine.
But at the end
he wasn't needed.
He wasn't needed.
Your best player wasn't needed? Yikes.
No, he wasn't needed if they put up 28 on them in the first half. He wasn't needed. He literally wasn't needed.
Just saying, that's explosive.
He didn't need it. Like we know AJ Brown is one of the best yards after catch receivers in the league. He's been that way for years.
But Debo's better than him yards after the catch. You know that, right?
Go ahead, make Debo Samuel. So are you not
somebody who catches the ball out the backfield and get tweets as well? We forgetting that part. We just forgetting that part, right? A pure wide out is somebody that also runs the ball, catches the ball out the backfield, and go, we're forgetting that part. Okay, cool.
So I have a question for you. Who's your best offensive player?
Christian McCaffrey.
Both teams?
So no, Christian McCaffrey, right? So do you not think that they're going to isolate him? Do you not think they're going to isolate him? You not think that? You do know the Eagles turn teams into like one-dimensional teams, right? You know that, right?
This is so bad.
Oh, okay. I give you another example. Did they not shut down the best wide receiver in the league? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Ooh.
Justin Jefferson, was he not he's not the best wide receiver in the league? Did they not shut him down? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Y'all are hilarious. I just said it's an even matchup. I can't call it.
You're talking about week 2?
I'm talking about period.
I'm over.
I'm talking about what scenario over here.
Week 2.
So what I'm saying is they're going to take their best. If Christian McCaffrey is their best offensive
Go
player,
Birds, baby.
if Christian McCaffrey is their best player, do you not think they're going to isolate him? They're going to stop him because
Y'all
he's their
brought up.
best player.
They brought up, ladies and gentlemen. They brought up week 2.
Here we go. I'm
They
trying
bring
to look. I already gave you credit to where I said they do some things better than the Eagles. I can give you that. I already admitted y'all have the better tight end. Y'all do have the better tight end. I got to give y'all that.
running backs too, but whatever.
Okay, fine. You want me to add Christian McCaffrey in there? Sure. He got to stay healthy. That's one thing. Do you not think if he get hit one time, you think he gonna be hurt?
Did he get hurt?
No.
Okay.
Listen, Ken. Listen. Any other time, I might have to take you up with his offer because
I already had anything constructive to say because he's bringing a week 2, and we're all the way in the conference championship. We're in the conference championship.
I mean, the only thing I can say honestly, like it comes down to mistakes, but I do think it's gonna come down also to coaching. I really think coaching is going to matter because I don't think neither team can be locked. They're too even. They've both been too dominant over the course of the season. They both have hot streaks. They both almost have no weakness. Like the only real weakness you can point to for either team is going to be their quarterback. You're going to point to Jalen Hurts, be like, okay, Jalen Hurts hasn't had the chance, and I say that to sort of like assert himself so that people will stop trying to doubt him. Like that's the one thing I say. Like I don't necessarily doubt him. I think he'll be fine in the game either way. But I don't because he actually does have playoff experience, though that playoff experience wasn't good. He does have it. So I don't think that's a problem with him. And then you have Brock Purdy who's just going in uncharted water, but it's shown like, hey, I can be straight, even though this game was solid. But he's like, he's not really afraid of the fear of the moment or anything of that nature. But those are the only two weaknesses you can ever point. Period. So because the teams are just too even, they have advantages across the board and they near every position. I just think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be just like this game. I almost think it's gonna be rough. I think it's gonna be smashing out. I think they finna both of them try to punch each other in the mouth. I think people gonna get rocked. I think this finna get it because I know both these fan bases are gonna be there.
Look at the disrespect. 34-17. Yikes.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be smash mouth. I think both fan bases are gonna be there. Like I don't think Philadelphia is gonna be too hard for 49er fans to get to. I think it's gonna be ugly. I think
it's gonna be a dogfight. That's what I'm saying.
I think it'll be ugly.
It's gonna be a dogfight.
I can't call it. I'm trying my best because I've been thinking about this matchup all the time. I can't call this matchup. I can't call this matchup. Like if I really have to nitpick, like if I really had to nitpick, I would trust Jalen Hurts more than I would trust Brock Purdy just because he's been in the league longer. That'd be the only thing I would just generally trust. So if I really had to nitpick, I'd pick the Eagles a nail biter. But I'm honestly not calling it because I can't pick this game. They too close. Like the lack of quarterback for the 49ers, they've shown through 3 different quarterbacks that the lack of quarterback doesn't matter to them. That they've just been that good regardless of who's behind center. And they've been able to make whoever's behind center look good. Whether it's been Colin Kaepernick, Alex Smith, to Brock Purdy, Jimmy G, like it doesn't matter. So like that goes down to coaching and the coaching staff of Kyle Shanahan. So it literally makes me believe that I don't care if Brock Purdy just has an okay game. They could still win. So I literally can't call it. I can't call it. I can't call it. Like, bro, we literally had to go down the rack and say, who the heck is Nick Mullins? And Nick Mullins was relevant while he was behind center there, and they still was able to win games.
No, they wasn't. They won 4 games that year.
Like, I don't go all the way down to, like, I'm saying I believe in the coaching. Like, even though my advantage will go to the Eagles simply because of the quarterback is more proven there, the coaching is so much more proven on the 49ers that it still balances it out. So I'm just like, I can't call this game. I can't call it. The coaching is an advantage one way, the quarterback's an advantage another way. I can't call it.
I'm calling it Niners, but that's just me.
Like I can't call it.
So if they lose next week, what are you going to say then?
That they lost.
Good game. So long as it's not a blowout, good game. I'm still wondering.
What else you want me to say?
Nah,
I mean,
what I want you to say is who you're starting next year. That's what I want you to say. Who is this quarterback you're starting next year?
We're starting Brock Purdy next year.
All right, cool. So who going on this trading block?
Jimmy G. What I don't understand why it's not hard.
Madness. From Trey Lance, I'm requesting out.
You do what you got to do, and we just
From Trey Lance, I'm requesting out, bro.
Hey, we need a backup. So
I'm requesting out.
But
it's all I gotta say.
I guess no. Well, that's up to y'all if y'all want to do locker room talk tomorrow because we'll be at Raw 30. So
we shall see.
We shall see. Other than that, I got Bengals. Hopefully, I got Bengals Niners Super Bowl. Let's just do the Super Bowl prediction. Bengals Niners.
Bengals against whoever wins. I don't care. Bengals against who wins.
I got Bengals and the Eagles.
Because basically both of y'all are split because both of y'all are, objective to your own personal fan bases. So literally Bengals against who wins.
He's a Patriots fan that lost a bet and then he had to become an Eagles fan. So
the shame.
I don't know what he's talking about.
We got it's recorded. It's documented. But
whatever.
We have fun. This was a good one. Super Bowl next. So let's get Niners and Eagles will be coming on first. I think they come on at 3:30.
They do.
So the AFC game will be at 6:30, same day.
Eagles and Bengals in the Super Bowl. My prediction.
Okay, we heard the nonsense. More Niners ridicule by Rex Ryan and Randy Moss and all that other stuff. So we'll hear more of that. Brock Purdy ain't this, blah blah blah. We'll hear more of that. It's fine. I would like Troll Reigns not to bring up week 2 of stuff like that and say a team got exposed even though they won. Fair enough. But we're gonna sign off on that one.
Oh, what week did y'all lose to Denver then? Tell me that.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, because they got Denver in the top 10.
Russ is doing Subway commercials and stuff like that, so that has nothing to do with us. We have
better than Brock Purdy. Tell you that.
Brock Purdy's in the conference championship. And
doesn't matter.
What's Russ doing? Tell me what Russ doing.
He home making babies with Sierra. You got to do. You got to do. Hopefully next season Sierra coming back his power. Okay, so we'll see.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. It's just help these Eagles fans. Help the delusion.
Help the delusion.